Hello, and thank you for joining today's T1 Connect overview training. T1 Connect is presented by Tritium in partnership with Kaiser Permanente. Objectives for today's training include two high-level overviews. First, we will review T1 Connect maintenance tasks that you will complete routinely, but not necessarily daily. Second, we will review T1 Connect workflows, which are the workflows that apply to each of your patients. Let's start with our maintenance tasks. If you are not already using Tritium One, you will first receive an invite to create your password. When you receive this email, simply click on the Create Password link and follow the instructions. Note your username and password are the same for the Tritium One web application as they are for the T1 Connect iPad app. Once you've set up your password, you can then log into the app. For details on how to set up the app on your iPad, please review the Tritium video shorts for app setup that can be found in the Tritium Training Cafe. Once logged into the app, you should set up your personal, professional, and site profiles. You can update these profiles at any time, and they should be maintained with the most up-to-date information. Next, let's talk through managing availability and appointments. You will want to review your schedule on a routine basis to ensure it is up to date and that you are prepared for upcoming appointments. The first step in this process is setting up your availability. This is the appointment times that will show as available for you to receive new patients. You can set this up in the single-hour segments or in multi-hour segments. The call center system will always book a 1-hour appointment and will automatically ensure no double booking. You will want to ensure that you update and manage your availability routinely. You may want to consider holidays and be sure to include vacation or time off as well. Finally, in scheduling, you can review your upcoming appointments. The appointments view shows both the intake appointments booked to you via the call center, as well as your update appointments you've scheduled through the T1 app. As a final note, you can also review your schedule in the iPad iCal app, should you prefer that view. Please be sure to create, update, and manage your schedule through the T1 app and not through the iCal app. For more details on managing your schedule, please refer to the associated video shorts. Now let's review the T1 Connect workflows. This is the process each patient will follow using the T1 Connect app as a tool in your patient treatment. Remember, details on how to use each screen and function in the app can be found in the T1 Connect video shorts in the Tritium Training Cafe website. On the screen now is the process overview. In general, this is the process each Kaiser member experiences when calling for an appointment. Let's review the how-tos from your perspective as a provider in each step in this process. First, how do I get new patients and appointments? This piece of the process is completed in the call center. When a patient calls for an appointment, the call center agent will ask a brief set of questions called a screener to assess the patient's mental well-being. After the screener is complete, the call center agent will review your available appointment time slots and select one for the patient that best meets their needs. The next questions we might ask as a provider are, how do I know I got an appointment? And how does my patient get notified of the appointment? You will receive an appointment notification on your iPad as noted in the screenshot here. You can also review your appointment notifications on the home screen of the T1 Connect app in the notification section. Your patient will also receive a notification email that contains appointment details such as location and date and time of the appointment, as well as a link to your provider profile. Next, you might ask, what do I do to prepare for an intake appointment? First, you'll want to review your new patient's profile. This will include basic information such as name, age, and phone number. You can use this phone number if you need to contact the patient before the appointment. If you will also review the patient screener results, which will give you insights about the patient, such as their anxiety and depression screening when they called the call center. You should also review if any alerts were raised. After preparing for the intake appointment will occur. At the intake appointment, the first step will be to deliver the TPI intake assessment. The patient will take the assessment through the T1 Connect app, and the app will be locked to ensure the patient can only access the assessment questions. When complete, you can review the patient assessment and results to help guide your session. Please be sure to watch the Feedback-Informed Care training for information on how to best utilize the TPI in your treatment. Either during your session or after, you can complete your intake notes. Before the patient leaves, be sure to book your next appointment through the app. A follow-up appointment will be similar to your intake appointments. First, you'll review the patient profile to prepare for the appointment. You can see the patient's previous assessment results, alerts, expected treatment result, and review your notes. Remember to always deliver the assessment at every appointment to ensure you are tracking patient progress. The Tridium assessments are an important tool for feedback-informed care. As always, every appointment should include scheduling your follow-up appointment. When a patient has completed treatment, you will conduct your discharge visit. Much like the intake and follow-up appointments, the discharge should start with an assessment. After completing the final session, be sure to fill out your discharge notes. This completes our process overview discussion. For details on how to work on each section in the app, refer to the Tridium One how-to video shorts found on the Tridium Training Cafe. Occasionally, you might receive a notification to complete a clinical review note. This note can be completed in the T1 Connect app in the same section as the intake and discharge notes. The Provider Relations Hub will notify you if you need to complete the clinical review form. This concludes the T1 Connect app introduction and overview training. Thank you again for joining me today.